Firstly, on the NRC, it should be stated that this document of identification does actually define the sovereignty of the country in the case of the NRC, and in the case of the voter's card. It is a tool that helps an individual, individually and also a country collectively, to shape the destiny of the country in terms of choice of leadership by majoritarian decision through a ballot. It therefore goes without saying that these documents are indeed of a security nature and must never be trivialized by the manner in which they are issued, and they must be issued with due diligence without discrimination of bona fide citizens. The converse is also true, that these documents must never be issued out to undeserving people, meaning those who are underage, and in the particular case, and most importantly, to foreigners. The example that we wish to present before the country today, and we'll give you the documents that are supporting our claim, is that on our tour of duty to Mwansabombwe, we stopped in a place called Mwense, which is a border town between the DRC and ourselves, Zambia. And so we were met with a rude shock when the citizens of that region indicated to us that they had apprehended some Congolese people and they'd taken them to the police after they were found with forms which we'll share with you later in the day. The Zambia national registration forms, which were found at the house, the private residence of the Mambilima constituency chairman for PF. I want to repeat this. This exercise of registering Congolese was being done at the house of the constituency chairman for Patriotic Front in a constituency called Mambilima, which is in Mwense constituency district. And vigilant Zambians managed to apprehend one of the 50 people who they found are waiting to be issued NRCs. Fortunately, the one that they found, as you may have seen on social media, was struggling to speak Bemba, and he was averaging the age of about 55. Used to come into Zambia. This is in French. The man at Shienge, at Mwense police post, it is here. Gratis, this is a French name. It is here. Okay? And these are the statements that our complainant put to the police. From here. This is a statement from the police, Zambia Police Service. This is a full statement. So I can assure you, the docket has been opened. The docket has been opened. Mrs. Banda is the Director General for the National Registration Card Office. Can't put so much blame on the immigration, but the immigration also ought to have a part to play in making sure that the people who enter our borders are people of good intention. Mr. Kampyongo, the Minister of Home Affairs, this is squarely on him because he's the one who's supervising the National Registration Card Officers. And so we are demanding answers. Fortunately, this one individual is still in the police custody. We hope so. We hope that the police have not connived with the PF in the usual manner that they do, because we've taken this as a matter of personal interest. We left the individual in the police custody, in the cells, He had given statements. The Zambians who had apprehended him had also issued statements. And we can only imagine that the purpose of this uncouth behavior is an example of the paranoia that PF have got in ahead of the 2021 elections, where they would like to get foreigners to come and vote for them. And I think that Zambian people must understand that you can fool people sometimes, but you cannot fool people all the time. You cannot have a situation where PF intends to build numbers in order to ascend back to government. I think that this is a clear case of subversion on the part of those who are responsible. And I want to make a clarion call right now to the Member of Parliament from Ambilima, the Honorable Dr. Dennis Wanchinga, because that is his jurisdiction, to make sure that he takes personal interest. And also Mr. David Mavumba, who is a member of Mwense, where this matter was reported. I would like these two MPs to lead by example by making sure that this Congolese is prosecuted and his matter is taken all the way to the wire. Congolese was arrested. The PF official, the constituency chairman, whose name we'll share just now, because the forms are coming, the PF official ran to the DC's office. Are you with me? Just check what the connivance. They are conniving. When they raided his house, instead of running to the police, he ran to the DC's office, jumped in the DC's car. So the complainants, those who apprehended the Congolese, are rushing to the police. The DC is also rushing, trying to beat them to get to the police first. And as you know, the Zambia police is he who complains first. That is right. Fortunately, we found upright policemen in Mwense. The only thing they did is, look, they chased us, but I think that they chased us for their own survival. They told us, this matter is with us now, so can you leave? We said, we are the complainants. They said, look, you have already complained, you've got your statements, can you leave? And all that, in my view, they were protecting their jobs. But you can't live a life like that. And maybe to take advantage of your question, I want to say this to the policemen. And I want this to be loud and clear. That when you policemen give us a vote in 2021, we will make sure that we eradicate this invisible hand that has subdued you as a constitutional office of the police. We will let the police run the affairs of policing, the national security, without interference from political cadres. So you can imagine, the PF chairman runs to the DC who is also a cadre starts rushing to the police, and then they find there's an MP there, they shy away, they went. Now you can imagine, if I was not there as a member of parliament, our own people who were complaining would have been the ones thrown into the police cells. But the DC was a little bit cagey. He decided to sleep off. And I told the policeman that I've got my bull's eye on Mwense police to see how you are going to adjudicate over this matter of this one Congolese who is in the custody of the police. So I think that this is a matter that we'll see to the conclusive end, as far as we are concerned.